Okay, this is a video I promised some people to make about my Dewalt conversion. Got sick of the 15-minute batteries. I know they claim an hour. It's just not possible, not with the 16-inch, not on green. And $170 for one battery that's made in China, that's not high quality, doesn't work for me. Plus they're proprietary, and that makes it difficult to get. So here it is. Here's my Dewalt battery. It's in there. To do the conversion, I took one of these because it's the cheapest thing I can with a cradle, and I took this insert out with the electronics. I did not use the entire cradle, just the electronics there. Then the shipping clip that comes with the 60-volt batteries are perfect. I modified this to get it here on the battery. You can see where I glued and I modified it, and in fact those screws go through, and I installed nutserts into the frame of my Stacyc bike. Obviously there's no warranty, and I did not care. I was tired of my son, who's 5 years old, screaming at me that the battery's always dead. So here's my batteries. I had a bunch of these already from a table saw. This is a 20-volt 6 amp hour. These last about 25 minutes at full speed. The 5 amp hours, which I also have two of, they're a little older. They last the 15 minutes. This battery does, I think, have an initial charge that's a little higher. So I can get 18 miles an hour out of it for a short period of time. Obviously standard. When I did this conversion, the two outside pins are the power, which is easy. I soldered these. I did have to cut the cradle right here and across here and countersink it. This red section is its own piece. It comes out of the way, and then these two halves still split. Now you can also see I modified it here on the side. I drilled holes at an angle to cool the controller. Gets extremely hot in there, and there's not a lot of airflow. So I wouldn't be too worried about getting any moisture or anything in there. This has a brushed motor. Brushed motors can run underwater. It's got a really good Makachichi or something like that motor in it. They're high quality. The bike is built very, very well, other than the fact that the batteries are extremely expensive and do not last. So this is the way I fixed that problem. Stacyc, they did a great job. These bikes are awesome. My kid loves it. Every kid that's ever ridden it loves it. My daughter loves the 12-inch. She was 2 years old and 1 month when she rode hers, and still rides it. Love the bike. Would love to switch to disc, which supposedly I was told would have an adapter. Haven't got there yet. Other than that, my kid loves it. So once the battery's upgraded and this is on there, you could use anything, obviously with a little fab skills, and the bike's flawless at that point. One note I will mention is I've had them, my son would switch the batteries with the switch on, and when he would do that, I guess there's a voltage spike, and it blew there's a fuse, 40 amp automotive ATC fuse actually inside here, buried inside the up tube. You have to split the thing, and then there's a fuse in there. There is nowhere you can find any information on these, on how to repair it or anything like that. And I, in fact, called to have warranty because I thought the bike was broken, that I'd burned up the controller, when in fact the fuse had just blown. Luckily, I got frustrated. I said, I gotta figure this out. I took it back apart, and buried in the wiring was the fuse. So if you have one of these and you have an issue, and the controller comes on but it won't output voltage to the motor, then you have a blown fuse, and you need to dig into the stem here, in this up tube, and find the fuse and replace it. Other than that, it works. Let me just show you. Again, I used this for its parts. I used this for this one part here, this connector. I cut it off and used it because it's only $30. This is the cheapest one I could find, and obviously, and then I took this and I cut this whole section out of the back. You can kind of see it on here. There's the clip difference. You can see I cut that bottom section and then took my time and molded it back in. So obviously the battery fits very well. And then the battery itself. This battery has, I don't use this one very much. It's 3. Let me just stick this in here. Sorry, one-handed. You heard the bike turn on. And it is trying to go. Now obviously I can't because the back tire's on the ground, but it clearly works. Huge improvement. And you know, I wish there was a way to make it easily make a clamshell. It might be possible 3D print one. Hey, maybe someone who watches this video has a 3D printer and can scan in mine, and we can manufacture and sell them. All right, thanks for watching.